What up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and welcome to another happenings for this week. Or should I say, yeehaw, my geeks. How y'all doing? Jeffrey Powers from Geekazine, and it has been an awesome time. I just need to check my sound. There we go. And it's been an awesome 2 weeks. We had the week off, of course, because I was in Austin, South by Southwest, and now we're back here. So I wanted to catch you up on what's all going on, y'all, with lots of cool stuff. As you can see, the nice hat. This is awesome. This is the Westworld hat. Yeah, it's made in China, but it is all wool, and you can see on the inside it has the Westworld logo on it. So pretty sweet little hat. I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet. I was thinking, I got all the stuff with it. You know, they had basically the brochure, they had the letter, we had the coins, and of course the pictures. And I'm thinking of putting that into a frame. I don't know if I want to put this in a frame because I kind of want to wear it every now and then. I mean, it's nice. It's nice and warm right now. Like I said, it's wool, so it'll protect me from the rain. And I kind of look good in this. I mean, do you think? Do I look good in my black cowboy hat? I was hoping to get a white cowboy hat, and in hindsight, I'm thinking to myself, gosh, that would be high maintenance to have a white cowboy hat, because it gets dirty, it gets stained, and you see the stains. You know, so I'm kind of glad I got the black hat, but I kind of wish I had the white hat too. You know, and it's just that way. So. Last 2 weeks, awesome time. Always awesome time when I go down to South by Southwest. And the best part about going down to South by Southwest is you run into all the regulars. You run into the people that come down here, and and it's not like a regular conference. Yeah, they have their interviews and stuff like that, but usually a conference is like 2 or 3 days. And you're focused on getting information, and then you only have a couple hours to kind of relax and have a drink or two and talk to the other people. But with South by Southwest, there's so much to do, and it spans a long time, that you can actually sit down and have a conversation with people, spend a couple hours at a hotel, and get to know somebody a little bit better. And that's the coolest part about this conference, and be able to spend 4 hours to go to Westworld experience, because it wasn't just a, hey, here, come into this building and look at all this stuff. Like Ready Player One, a good example. It was a good time, don't get me wrong. Ready Player One was awesome. Got to see a lot of 80s stuff. I walked out, I felt, you know, a little bit like I was like, you know, everything in the 80s was trivialized. So if you've ever spent time in an arcade, for example, you think to yourself, okay, I spent, you know, I wasn't being serious about spending time in the arcade. I was playing games. And some people actually, with game addiction and everything, they probably were a little bit serious about playing the games. But when I walked in to Ready Player One, I felt that the 80s was all trivialized. You know, it's like gamified, and I was like, you know, this doesn't feel the same. This doesn't feel like my 80s flashback that I really wanted, I suppose. So yeah, I felt a little bit jilted on that, but you know, that's my own emotion, and I can't wait for Ready Player One to come out. I didn't go see it, even though there was opportunity to see it at South by Southwest, because it was an experience I know that me and Jennifer I want to experience for the first time with her. So I did not go, so I do not know what happened inside the movie, but I can tell you the pop-up area was pretty sweet. Lots of 80s references. And then you get up on the roof, and they had like they built these trailers. And in some of the trailers, there were VR sessions, and in other trailers, they were just their facade to look like you're in the Ready Player One environment. So that's pretty sweet. And I was impressed on what they did. In fact, we did that video, showed that video on Facebook of them trying to pull the DeLorean out of the building because there were bike racks in the way, and they had to do some stuff to get that DeLorean out of there. So other than that, what else happened? Well, the South by South, like I said, it was a long time. Got there on Thursday, registered for the event, met up with some people, and then we ended up at a place called the Ginger Man for an evening event. Or actually, before that, we ended up going to see Leo Laporte and Twit, and they had a little meetup. So got some pictures with Leo, got some pictures with the others, and really fun. And then we went to Ginger Man, where Brian Solis had his event. And so we spent some time with the core group, and there were a lot of people missing from the core group this year because of different personal issues going on, and of course we thought about those people as they were not there. Couple people in particular, and I hope that they're doing a lot better. So we were definitely thinking about them. But then during the week, of course, Friday was Westworld. I also got to check out the Silicon Valley house, which they transplanted there in Austin, and it kind of made me think: could Silicon Valley actually transplant the show to Austin? Austin is another startup area. In fact, it's a growing startup area, which means that if they don't want to pay the price in California, they can go to Austin and do just as successful. And that's the coolest thing about this is I could actually see this show, Silicon Valley, say, we need to cut our costs. What are we going to do? Let's move to Austin. Party town. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of new stuff opens up. I don't think it's going to happen, but you know, it was a thought in my head, and I was really cultivating that after seeing the server room, after seeing the money room, after seeing the hot dog mirror, and all the other stuff. I could really see them in transplanting to a different city. But anyway, so then went to the Westworld event, and God, that blew my mind away. It was a ghost town about 30 miles northeast of there that they turned into Sweetwater. They had 4 different events, tasks going on at that time, and about 60 actors that were acting out something. Some guy named Jimmy was being a very drunk fool, and he ends up getting shot. And when he gets shot, then the caretakers, or the people in the white suits, come out and take care of it. And you see him all around the park. You also see the Shogun out at the park, which is interesting. But got my picture taken, and just a fun time. And I got that video up on Geekazine and up on youtube.com/Geekazine. Speaking of which, if you go over to geekazine.com, you can check that out, the Westworld experience at South by Southwest. Another video dropping a little bit later today, the Cabot, which is the Cajun robot. It took a few seconds for me to realize, oh, Cabot, Cajun robot. Duh, hello. But anyway, so that will be dropping a little bit later. I also got some great interviews with some different companies, including a Wisconsin company, which I'm always happy to do. And of course, Martine was out there, and she got some great interviews with Gary Shapiro. She got some breaking news about, what was something with gaming? And then, of course, Connor has been writing some articles. Our little band of misfits over here at Geekazine, they're writing it all up for you. So he wrote something about the HAL 9000 replacement on the Amazon Alexa. Good read right there. And another one he did, Fantone ceiling fans. Cleans and cools the air. It's pretty cool little article there. So check that. Y'all check that all out there. You hear? And then, of course, if you go over to facebook.com/Geekazine, you can see this is where all the photos are. Let's go to the photos page. Let's go to South by Southwest, and y'all see where these photos lie. From the beginning, there's the photo with Leo Laporte. There's Wesley Faulkner. We got Adam, lead hacker. lead hacker. And then, of course, Michael photobombing in the background, which is pretty sweet. The Ginger Man, reserved for Brian. This was kind of funny because, you know, somebody said, hey, is that a smiley face? Or is that a beer bottle? Or is that a zipper? So, anyway, and then, oh yeah, we started at Anton's for Capital One House. That's where Leo was. And then we went to some of the sessions. Guy Kawasaki with Laura from Dell, Wesley, and Sweet John, otherwise known as Elf on a Shelf. Some money shots, lots more photos, so lots of cool stuff. There's the twit at South by Southwest. You can check that all out. Lots of photos here. I'll be adding some more my Hooli experience in the Hooli small room, and that was a lot of fun. So you can check that all out at facebook.com/Geekazine. These are the coins. This is the most amazing part. These are the coins that we got, and they're actual metal coins. They did not skimp on this Westworld exhibit. So, spent time at the Comcast Social Media Lounge, which was awesome, as always. This is a picture of Ricky Lake and Lacey Epstein, I think is her name. Don't quote me on that, but they were showing, oh yeah, I got it right there. Abby's Epstein XOXO. That's her Twitter handle. And they were talking about their new project, some of the stuff. This is the Kabot that's going to be dropping a little bit later today. And then, of course, we got the sushi robot. That's another video that's coming out. And all the videos I did for that part are on the Samsung Galaxy S9. Now, I did that first look review, and after spending a week and a half on this, I gotta admit, I'm not totally impressed with this. The camera was not where I wanted it to be. If you watch the Westworld video, you'll notice that there's some latency between my voice and the video, and I didn't fix that. I should have spent some time to fix it, but I'm trying to get these videos out as quick as possible, and it didn't give me the experience that I really wanted to camera wise. It's supposed to switch over to this low light video camera, and I just wasn't feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. And of course, it's also dealing with the phones themselves. I don't like to take video off of a camera phone, whether it be this or this. I need something with a little bit more fluidity, something that, like a DSLR. And my new camera, which is the Sony AX700, it's a great 4K camera, but it's rather big. I mean, I'm going from a camera that's this big to a camera that's about that much bigger. So it's harder to hold like this as opposed to this camera or the DSLR. So I'm still going to search. Maybe I'll try the A7 IIIs, see if they'll do something for what I'm looking for, but definitely not 100%. Other things that happened: the Livestream Meetup at South by Southwest. Awesome time. We had about 10 people there. They were asking questions. There were a couple people from different areas across the sea. I can't remember what country they were from, but they were asking questions like, when I go to live stream, I'm worried about the bandwidth. I'm worried about, things like that. And we had a great conversation. The video's up on YouTube. In points, it's hard to hear a little bit. And yeah, I did have some technical problems. I was trying to run it through the big camera, and for some reason, the box that converts it from the camera to the computer wasn't working. Excuse me. And so I had to use the webcam from the MacBook Pro to do it. We got the video out there, and I also recorded it on the big camera. So if I need to pull highlights from it, I can. So I wanted to do that so I can check back with these people and see what if they got their needs met. Simple as that. So other than that, what else do we do? Got to check out Bose. Bose, awesome stuff. These are the Bose audio VR glasses, and that's what I'm wearing right now. And they're basically an augmented reality type pair of glasses that do a little bit more than what Google Glass was doing. And they're only audio. There's no video to it. There's no taking pictures. There's no There's no little screen on the top corner. It's all just audio. So it does use sensors. So if you're in front of a McDonald's, for example, it'll say, hey, you know, you could get yourself your favorite Big Mac or whatever. And it's like, oh, I don't want to go here. Let's go to Burger King. And it'll always say, okay, directions to Burger King. And it'll come from this side. It'll say, turn left. And so it's like, oh, we got to turn this way. So amazing stuff. It's also got a lot of other factors. They got headphone options, which we saw where they took us to work. And all of a sudden, once it realized we were at work, it turned on the noise canceling, so I could work in peace. So, excuse me, really good and really cool stuff there. And just an amazing time at South. It's always an amazing time at South by Southwest. And I got a cool hat. I got a lot of other cool swag. The DC pop-up, I'm going to be releasing this video later today. We've got to sit down and hear from a panel, including legendary Frank Miller. 80 Years of Superman, the 1000th issue, and I got it in the other room, it's just an amazing time. And so I got that video coming up very soon, and a lot more. So you check out all the pictures, you'll see what happened. And of course I sat in the Batmobile. That's pretty cool. Not too many people get to do that, so I'm really happy about that. So other than that, going back to the phone, like I said, it did the job. So I got some video off of it, and a lot of the video came from the S9, as it was easy to pull out of my pocket, put onto my little selfie stick. I don't want to call it a selfie stick because it's not really a selfie stick. But it is stabilizing it a little bit better. And I got some great interviews off of that, so I'm really excited about that. And overall, the phone did its job, and that was to be a phone. And I was pretty impressed with it. It has 64 gigabytes. I set all the video up to 4K, and then I started running out of space. So there were a couple points where I did some video and it stopped. And I had to go back and make sure that I uploaded everything, deleted it, and then brought it back. So, other than that, let's see what else. Oh, this week is just basically catch up, getting ready for NAB. That's the National Association of Broadcasters. So I can find out about the new microphones. I can find out about the new cameras. I can find out about the new production gear. So when I go out and do a build day live, when I go out to do a blogger talk, when I go out to do events like this, I'll have the best gear available to me, and that's pretty cool. So other than that, I think we're all set. I hope you guys are having a great week, and I know that I hope you're having a great week. You know, if you want to support Geekazine, remember the merch is over at geekazine.com/merch. You can get some really cool t-shirts that I designed. You can also go to the patreon.com/geekazine. Look like it moved that down. Oh, that's too bad. Anyway, patreon.com/geekazine to support the channel. And then finally, you can do a one-time tip at paypal.me/Jeff Powers. And I'd appreciate that very, very much. So, all right, that's pretty much it for this week. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys have a great week. We'll be back next week. And go and subscribe and like and comment and hit the notification for all those videos that are coming up. And until next time, you yeehaw and geek out. Take care.